Hi, today on Plumbing Around, I'm going to show you how to restart the pilot light for the garage heater. Now that it's the fall season and the weather's getting a little cooler, we'll get that fired up and underway again. The first thing that you want to do is make sure your thermostat is turned off. So once you get the pilot light going, the burners don't accidentally or unexpectedly come on while you're still working there. So we've set up our ladder by our heater. And the homeowner in this case was particularly cautious, which isn't a bad thing. So while we had it off during the summer season, we turned off the gas supply to the space heater. So you can see on your gas piping on the back side of the heater, we have the gas valve closed. So we're going to open the main gas valve to the furnace. It's a quarter turn ball valve on the gas line. So with a crescent wrench, we just need to give her a little turn to open it up. You know that the gas valve is open when the top of the valve is in line with the pipe. When it's perpendicular or pointing across the pipe, the gas supply is off. So before I open the valve on the main gas line to the space heater, I made sure that our selector on the unit gas valve is in the off position. So now that we have the main gas open, we can proceed to turning on the pilot light for it. So the first thing I need to do for that is I need to turn the selector on the main gas valve to the pilot light setting. You don't need to worry about any gas coming out of there right now, and not until I push down on the knob on the selector. I'll do that in a moment. You can see that I've opened up the access panel underneath the heater, and the lead going in here is your gas supply, and the copper colored one is for your thermocouple. And that's where you'll need to have your barbecue lighter in close proximity to that. So once the gas starts flowing, it will ignite right away without having to worry about an excess of gas and anything flashing back at you when you put the barbecue lighter there. So this is the most awkward part of this process. I will start my barbecue lighter and have it going before I push down on the gas valve. So with the gas valve and the pilot selector, to get the gas flowing, you need to push down on the button and hold it for a minute or two. And there you can see that we have gas flowing. Our barbecue lighter has ignited the gas, and we have gas to the pilot portion of the burner assembly. But now we just have to keep the button on the gas valve down until the thermocouple warms up and the gas will flow on its own. So you need to hold it for probably about a minute to a minute and a half, and then we'll go from there. So you'll be able to know when your thermocouple is warmed up enough and it's generating a small electric current, which it's supposed to do. You know it's warmed up, you'll be able to release the pilot valve setting. You won't have to hold down on the button. So I've just let go of the button and the gas is flowing on its own. So now you're ready to proceed to the next step. So once we had held down the knob and the gas valve long enough to warm up the thermocouple, once the pilot light was going, we closed our access panel on the bottom. And the next thing we need to do now is turn the control knob on the gas valve to the on position. So we just simply rotate it over to the on position. And now we're ready to turn our thermostat on and double check that everything will fire up. So now that we have our pilot light lit and the control valve on the heater is in the on position, we come over to our thermostat. Our little white line here is the actual temperature in the garage right now. So in order to get our burner to ignite, we just take our temperature setting and we slowly turn it above what the temperature is. And then we should hear the burner kick on. And now that we have the burner ignited, we will just come back over to our unit and we can do a visual check that the burner's on, and we'll let the furnace go through a cycle. So now that the burner's on and the heater is working, we'll just come back to our thermostat and set it at our desired temperature. Turned up the thermostat to get the burner to ignite. We'll just put it back to our desired setting for the fall and winter, and you're good to go.